Coach, 2022 training camp, the Rattlers Way. What are you seeing from a coaching standpoint?
Well, this training camp, I'm seeing a lot of guys flying around. We're really a fast football team. We got some athletic guys, some twitchy guys, some playmakers. And so again, really good every day to come out here and see those guys make plays across the field. A lot of fierce competitions going on. Most people talk about the quarterback position, but we got battles going on all over the place. And so it's good to see those guys compete, but also come together as a family. And so training camp has been about, of course, installing plays, learning the fundamentals, all of those, but it's also been about us coming together as a close football team, being the closest team once we take the field on Saturdays, and really understanding what family really means around here.
Coach, what would you like to see between now and the coin flip, if you will, at the home of the Tar Heels?
Well, other than seeing Carolina suspend their whole starting 22, no, I'm joking, obviously, but no, I just really want to see our guys just continue to hone in on the little things. If we can go into a game of that magnitude, you really want to go in with the best opportunity to give yourself a chance to be successful. And good teams don't beat themselves. And so if we go to the Chapel Hill and North Carolina is a better team on that day, but we play great football, sound, fundamental football, and don't hurt ourselves, I'll walk away happy. If we go in and we beat Carolina, but we play sloppy, we turn the ball over, we jump off sides, I won't be happy at all. And so again, I'm more concerned about how we play, not so much as the outcome. And as crazy as that sounds, that's just how I am as a coach. I'm more concerned about play to play, the little things that we're doing, because those are the most important things, not necessarily the final outcome. Obviously, we play to win, but we want to be the most fundamentally sound football team every week.
Coach, you have fond memories of Carolina, and they remember you for what you were able to do when we talk about playing in the pocket and getting it done. Just talk about that historical episode. And again, it can be a beautiful thing when you think back to it.
Well, obviously as coaches, most of us played the game, and we're a lot better now as coaches than we were when we played. So you asked us, I threw for 5,000 yards back in 2010, 2000, and 55 touchdowns, and Coach Beatty was first team All-American center and pancake the first round draft pick, in the NFL, and Coach Barassa caught 15 passes against North Dakota State, right? So we live those fantasies, but it's good to be able to have actual evidence that we actually played good football. And so the North Carolina game for me is a game that will always ring in high esteem in Clemson lore, folklore, right? People, when I see Clemson fans, that's what they talk about. They talk about the Carolina game being down 17 in the second quarter and being able to come in and lead us to victory and break the school record for touchdown passes. So it was a long time ago, but it's still a fond memory, and I'll probably get a little sense of nostalgia when I walk into the stadium again for the first time since 2000.
Coach, last question. Everybody's looking at HBCU, but HBCU has been here since the 1800s. Jake Gaither, yourself, and all the guys along the way, Billy Joe. Just talk about the FAMU way and the history and why this is such a beautiful thing.
Well, one of the blessings about coaching at a place like Florida A&M is that you get to walk into a building every day that's filled with so much history. I told the guys in our first team meeting 5 years ago, and I still remember it, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. The formula is already here, right? It was laid a long time ago by William Bell, and then it was perfected by Jake Gaither, and then furthered by Rudy Hubbard. And then the great Ken Riley came and took it over. And then obviously Billy Joe came in with his fire and lit the scoreboard up. And then even had guys like Joe Taylor after him. So the amount of Hall of Famers that we've had here, the legendary coaches, the All-American players, the NFL players, I mean, you can put our history up against anybody. And so we just try to remind our guys of that. I think walking through the building every day, seeing those visualizations of what this place was and is one of the reasons we can play with so much pride. So really excited about the opportunity to coach at a place like FAMU, because every school can't boast the type of history and tradition that we have.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.